Why is Louise Nevelson so important? Or why she is important?
Besides the fact that her work is magnificent, she's important historically because she's been an enormous influence, especially in American art. She was the first artist in America who ever made an installation work. And some of her exhibitions, the entire space was one work. You would walk into it and you would be in a very dark space. She likes the work shown in the dark because she wants you to acclimatize your eye, change your perception, and begin seeing more and more and more like a meditation. The work is very meditative and very advanced in that way.
But the fact that she has chosen the black above all for everything, you said it's not about death at all.
It's not about death at all.
And not about fire, neither.
She finds black the most elegant color she could use. And in a strange and beautiful way, she takes the objects that are all found and she washes the objects black and cleans them of their previous identity before she begins using them in her collages.
But the black is also a way to unify the work.
Exactly.
And to renew the object in a way.
Exactly. The object then has never had an identity before that. It is completely unified by one color.
And so in '62, she was representing America at the Venice Biennale. And she
represented America in '62. This exhibition is 60 years later to the year of her inclusion in the Biennale.
And she had a white room, a gold room, and a black room.
Exactly.
It's a trinity again.
It is a trinity again, but Nevelson was not Christian. You know, Nevelson was Jewish, but lived in Maine in mostly a Christian world when she came to America and grew up. And she was a person who moved very easily through the world with all kinds of different people. She was very, very much liked, and a woman of great intelligence and scholarship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And she was very independent.
Very.
Independent.
She was very extravagant. She was a beauty. She dressed magnificently. She would wear jeans in the studio and a chinchilla coat for the floor while she worked.
Wow. And once she was the girlfriend, or she was
working... She was the assistant.
First the assistant.
For Rivera.
What did happen? Do you think he had an influence on her?
I don't think that there's much of an influence in the work. I think she was very beautiful, and he was very attracted to her. But I do not know the facts. But I suppose that they had a romantic relationship.
Romantic.
Because when Frida Kahlo came to New York, Frida Kahlo fired Nevelson.
And one can see, visiting the shows, that there's the influence of, for me, Kurt Schwitters a lot.
I think there is an influence of Schwitters. I think there's an influence of Picasso, of Cubist space. But, you know, we all grow from something. You don't grow from nothing. So these are all seeds. Some people mimic those seeds, and some people use those seeds to create something new. Nevelson created something that we'd never seen before.
And you speak about architecture.
I think the work is very architectural. For me, these great black walls in a dark room are like the vestiges of an ancient society, the ruins of an ancient society. And in some ways, they are the ruins of an ancient society.
But did she speak about architecture?
Yes, very much so. She loved the Yucatan, Mexican pre-Columbian Mexican architecture. She loved the Yucatan, the pyramids, the reliefs. And her work is reliefs, and her work is, think of the time this work is made. Rothko, Newman, and Gottlieb, who were her closest friends, they are all making enormous paintings that fill a wall. Nevelson's sculptures are walls. She even calls them walls. And they're always referred to as walls. There are columns, but that's something else. So you have to think of her in the abstract expressionist generation as part of that, not really part of anything else. And that influences so much of the future.
Merci.
Enchanté.